I'm Toni, and this is your tarot reading for today. We are going to begin today with looking at the Angels and Auras Oracle, and let's see what messages we have for you today. I hope everybody is doing fantastic today. So let's see what we have for you today. What messages do the angels want to share with you today? At first, we have communication. Second, we have, Archangel Michael and the color blue coming in. And lastly, we have Be the Real You. Okay, so let's start with these first two right here. We have communication and Be the Real You. Communication, number 18. I love that. 18 adds up to 9. So this is the end of a cycle for some of you who maybe been having a hard time communicating your needs, your wants, or just expressing yourself in general. This may be the end of that cycle. You may be able to find it a little bit easier to communicate, to say what you need to say, and to, let me just bring that down. I just realized I look like I'm all the way down here on the bottom of the screen. Here we go. That's a little bit better. Anyway, communication, if you've been having issues or if you've been looking for the courage to be able to communicate, to be able to say what you need to say, it feels like that is going to be able to shift a little bit, because here we have Be the Real You, card number 15, which adds up to 6. 6 is the number of the balance of the materialistic with the spiritualistic. In other words, the balance of the 3D and the 5D, the balance of you and your higher self, you and your spiritual self. Okay, so that's all this means. It just means you and your little ego and body down here and having a human experience are finally able to merge, connect, understand, and cooperate with your higher self, your spiritual self, if you will. Okay. So you have these numbers 9 and 6. So literally this is the end of not knowing who you are, not knowing what it is you want to say, not being able to communicate at an authentic level. This is really, it feels like for some of you, you're going to be able to speak up and say what you've been needing to say. And I find this very interesting because Archangel Michael came out also, and you will notice that he is also card number 6. And so again, there's that balance of materialistic and spiritualistic. And when we talk about Archangel Michael, we're talking about the angel who protects and defends us, right? He's the one with the sword who comes in and he cuts away all the outside interference, any injury, illness, fears, blocks, anything like that. He's the one that comes in and kind of cleans up the situation and makes it pretty. By the way, excuse me, that's just my dog sleeping under a blanket. I didn't leave my room a mess. My dog likes to lay under the blanket. But Archangel Michael showing up here with the number 6, along with Be the Real You. See how she's peeling away and revealing the truth of who she is. And so there is just this energy of, you know, maybe discovering who you are and being willing to stand up, to speak up. And I do want to say this card did come out in reverse, and this deck is actually intended to be read in reverse. And in reverse, it says fearful, disappointment, guarded, and self-doubting. And so to me, it really feels like some of you have been afraid to be able to speak up, speak your truth. You've been afraid that if you've communicated your truth, that others will be disappointed in you. There's just a lot of fear of the truth being spoken, a lot of being on guard, having self-doubt. Will they accept me for me? Will they love me? Will they understand me? This is the time where Archangel Michael is showing up saying, I've got your back. So today is the day to say what you need to say. Don't let self-doubt, don't let fear block you from speaking your truth today, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the, oh my goodness, what is this deck? She is one of my absolute favorite tarot readers right here on YouTube, Mary Jo. The Soulful Revolution, no, I'll think of the name of this deck soon. Anyway, if I remember, I'll link it down in the description. This is just such a cute, oh heck, I've got the box right here. I can show you. It is the, here we go, Souls on Fire Tarot. Souls on Fire Tarot from soulfulrevolution.com. All right, so let's see what is going on here with you right now. So up first we have, interesting, there is the Hierophant. So talking about Archangel Michael, Hierophant is our connection to our higher self, to source even, to source energy, to being able to be guided and led and, you know, discerned. 7 of Swords. and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so there's definitely been some issues with you not being able to speak your truth in the past here. This is very loud. When we talk about the Eight of Wands being in reverse, this is having a hard time communicating, almost being afraid to speak your truth. And so there is something about not showing your truth, not being the real you. So this is why this is coming up. Be the real you, because Seven of Swords, this is about not being the real you and being afraid to communicate who you are. And so as such, there's just this energy here. There's a Hierophant, Taurus energy showing up, but that's that beautiful grounded earth energy. And as you see, it's in reverse, right? So it's very unstable energy. So there's just a lot of not showing the real you, not being honest, not saying what you need to say, holding back your truth perhaps from someone. And so then we have, coming into the present now, we've got the Five of Pentacles. We've got, interesting, the Hangman. There's Pisces showing up for us. And we have Emperor in reverse. And so there is this energy of feeling kind of stuck. It's almost like you have in the past been so not truthful or not willing to speak your truth, or just kind of holding back, fearful, just like I said, self-doubt, fearful, worry, things like that. There's just this energy of inauthenticity almost coming through. And so it's kind of got you stuck. It's almost made you afraid to take action moving forward. Here we have Aries with the Emperor in reverse. But it's saying that you are becoming aware of the fact that this sense of lack is getting louder and louder and louder. It's like you are not speaking your truth. This is really an interesting timing card also. This is the timing card of Pisces. The middle card is the timing card here. And so it could be that because we just came out of I'm sorry, we're in Pisces season right now. My brain is not thinking. If you are watching this as it's being shared in March 2024, we are in Pisces season as this is coming out. And so it could be that this is the timing card is now. This is the timing of now that, and as we're going into Aries season next. So they're saying, don't wait to see how Aries season is in reverse, but Pisces is not, even though it looks like he's upside down, that is not. And he's right side up. There's just this energy of now is the time. Now is the time to address this sense of lack that you are creating for yourself and honestly with others, because you're not being truthful, you're not being authentic, you're not speaking up and expressing your honesty. You're not being honest, you're not being intimate, you're not having this accuracy of who you are, of defining who your authentic self is. So interesting. We have, this is the bonus card for this deck. I'll go into this in a minute. We have Raising Consciousness in reverse. Oh, beautiful. The Eight of Swords is in reverse. And here we are, the Ten of Swords. So it is time. It is time to get out of your own way. Look at that 8 and that 10. 8 is a karmic number. So the karmic cycle that you've kind of gotten yourself, it's almost like you've created some karma for yourself by not being honest, by not being truthful, by not being authentic with people and such. This is time for this to come to an end. So you see this card right here is called Raising Consciousness. This is just a bonus card for this deck. And what this is normally, this is like stepping into your higher self. Remember at the beginning, we talked about these two cards right here that both added up to 6. Well, this one adds to 6. This is card number 6. And I talked about 6 being the balance, as above, so below. The balance of you here in this physical body with your spiritual self, right? And really being in cooperation. And that's what this is. This is that card. You see how she's got this butterfly wings that are almost on fire. Like she's just really lighting herself up and in full self-expression, full self-authenticity. And so there's just this energy of, I realize, and this goes right back, oh my gosh, hold on. This is this energy of realizing until you can speak your truth, you're never going to be able to not just be authentic with people that you need to be authentic with, not be able to be your full true self, but in general, in your whole life, what happens in one area of your life impacts all of it. We don't just live in a vacuum, okay? So think of your life like a table with 4 legs, right? And here's the table, and when all 4 legs are on the ground, they're just fine. And so the 4 legs are your health, your career and your finances, your relationships with your friends and family, and your love life, okay? So you got your 4 legs on the ground, right? And so in this case, let's say you're not being authentic. Maybe, let's say you're hiding in the closet. Let's say, maybe, I don't even mean like in the closet like gay, like maybe you're in the closet like you want to be, well, no, let's just say you're in the closet. Let's just say you haven't come out of the closet. You're gay, bi, whatever, okay? LGBTQ plus, whatever that is, okay? So you're hiding this from people, you know, because you're not ready to come out with that truth. Okay, so that would be your health, okay? That would be your mental, physical, spiritual, emotional health, okay? So now that that leg is not on the ground because you're not being honest, what happens to a table if you take away the 3 legs? If you take away one of the 4 legs, the other 3 legs can't hold the table up and the table falls. That's what's happening here. Because because you're not being authentic, because you're not being truthful, because you're not speaking your truth to whomever needs to hear it, to whatever the situation is that would help this heal, that is blocking you at a spiritual level. Because here we have, in the past, we have Hierophant in reverse, which is your connection to your higher self. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles in the present, which, as you see, they're outside the church. And then we have raising consciousness in reverse. So this is the disconnect from the higher self. So what they're saying is that until you are willing and ready to be fully honest and authentic with everybody in your life, and I don't mean everybody, but what is this big secret that you're holding back? What is this truth that you have not spoken? Whatever this truth is, until this truth can be spoken and you can be comfortable living authentically, this is impacting you in every direction, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, okay? But it does appear to me that some of y'all are ready to get this over with. It's time to rip that Band-Aid off. So let's see what is lying underneath to support these cards. We have, exactly, the Tower, there it is, that kind of being scared to face the truth, the 4 of Cups, ready to lay down those defenses, the 7 of Wands, the King of Pentacles. You know, you haven't felt truly authentic, steady, or real yet, and you're ready, and that success, you haven't been able to get the success you want because, again, you don't live in a vacuum. And so if you're not being authentic in one direction, it impacts you in every direction. And finally, King of Swords, it's time. It's time. It's time to speak your truth. It's time to be authentic. It's time to own your truth. It's the time to not be afraid of others' opinions, because honestly, at the end of the day, other people's opinions of you is none of your business. It is none of your business what other people think of you, and that's the truth. And so if you can understand that there is some resistance you've been having to allowing this change to come, but as you lay down your guards and start to look at this in a, I almost want to say pragmatic approach, looking at how are you impacting your life in every direction. Do you see when you are not being truthful, when you're not being authentic, when you're holding back something about your life from people who you care about, that who are being vulnerable and honest with you, how that impacts your health, your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, how it impacts your relationships with your friends, your family, your kids, your everybody, right? And so there's something about really not wanting to go down this path anymore. It's like, I am not willing to, my success in life depends on me showing up as my best version of myself, my most authentic version of myself. And so now it's time. I'm no longer playing this game where I hold back. I'm no longer doing this thing where I'm living in fear. I've got, and I just love this. I'm going to close with this. This is Archangel Michael right here, but this is actually Archangel Michael's sword that he's holding. So I love that we have the King of Swords. We're sitting right next to Archangel Michael. And that both of those are the color blue, because Archangel Michael is represented by the color blue. But the thing about this is they're saying that if you need to draw in energy, remember, everything is just a frequency. Every single thing, from, this chair you're sitting in, the body you're in, to the words I'm speaking. As I speak words, they are creating a frequency. They create an actual frequency that can be measured, okay? That measurement of frequency is real, and so is everything, including the light spectrum, okay? And I mentioned the light spectrum because the colors red, yellow, green, blue, all those in the light spectrum have their own frequency. Red is a different frequency from blue, okay? So when you need to bring in and draw in courage, okay, and to cut those cords of fear and worry and lag and allow you to be your most authentic self and speak your truth. Archangel Michael is asking you to call him in. And when you ask Archangel Michael to come in, picture a beam of light coming straight from the heavens all the way down through you and connecting you to the center of the earth. And then invite Archangel Michael to come in, and as he comes in, imagine that beam of light turning to a beautiful shade of blue, kind of this beautiful dark blue here, whatever shade you like, it doesn't matter. But he's usually more of a navy sapphire blue. But the reason I want you to imagine that is that frequency of that color blue is actually going to give you the energetic assist that you need to be, to drop that fear, to drop that worry. And Archangel Michael is there as well to kind of give you that little push to help you, okay? So do not be afraid to call in Archangel Michael, but it is time to speak your truth and to be the real you. I hope that you enjoy this. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, or share this with someone who might find it helpful, and I hope to see y'all again. You take care of yourself. Bye.